Hey guys, so today I'm going to be demonstrating the use of a program called Shred. The purpose of this program is to make sure that files are completely removed from your hard disk drives and external hard drives, because some people don't know this, but when you delete a file from your hard disk drive or external hard drive the quote-unquote usual way, you're not actually removing the contents of your file from that device. You're actually just removing the reference to it from the file system. But the actual physical contents of the file still reside on your hard disk drive or external hard drive until they are overwritten. So the program Shred basically overwrites every single space on a hard disk drive to make sure that there is no possibility that your old information can be recovered should you sell that hard disk drive on somewhere like eBay or give it to someone else. And there's of course a lot of sensitive information that you can find on your hard disk drive or external hard drives. Most notably information that could get people to basically hack into social media accounts or banking accounts, PayPal accounts, that kind of thing. So it's always a good practice to make sure that your personal data is kept safe, and this is a tool that we use to make that so. So Shred, as far as I'm aware, is available on most Linux distributions installed as part of the overall operating system, the overall distribution. However, it is a command line utility, so I'm going to be demonstrating the use of this program using the command line. This should be okay for every person to follow. It's not a particularly advanced program, but it is one that I find quite useful. So I'm just going to use this virtual machine that I've spun up. This is Manjaro Mate Edition. This is just the first ISO that I had to hand, but you just simply go to whatever operating systems it is command line terminal. So in Manjaro Mate it is simply down to System Tools out of Applications and then the Mate terminal here. So we need to go into super user mode, and you want to be very, very careful when entering this command and the administrator password, because you are messing around with Shred. It is very possible to accidentally wipe a hard disk drive that you don't want to wipe. So you want to make sure that you know the exact device you're referencing, because there is no way to undo this. So we can list our drives by just typing fdisk-l or fdisk space -l. And this lists two devices here, SDA and SDB. Now I've created SDB specifically just for today's demonstration. As you can see, it's only 75.5 megabytes, so the wiping of this hard drive is not going to take a very long time at all. However, if you had like an external hard drive or even an internal hard drive that was 500 megabytes to a gigabyte, it could take several hours. So we are 100% certain that the device from this information that we want to shred is SDB. If you require any further information, go and look for it. You can perhaps find more information when it comes to using the operating system's file explorer here, for example. But you just want to make sure, or gparted is another way that you can actually take a look at the information on all of your hard disk devices, just to make sure. Gparted is installed on many distributions, but not always. In Mate, I believe it is. Gparted is just a partition manager, and it can demonstrate the usage of all of your devices. So at the moment it's got /dev/SDA here, and it's listed basically how much of the hard disk has been used. SDB, which is 75.45 or 0.5 megabytes here. This is a completely blank hard disk drive, but we are 100% certain that given the circumstances, /dev/SDB is the hard disk drive we want to wipe. So the command in the terminal is pretty straightforward. We type shred and we type -v, and this is for the verbose output. So this basically lets us know the process and how the process is going every step of the way. And then we simply just type in /dev/SDB and then enter. So it's overwritten 3 times, as you can see here, pass 1 of 3, pass 2 of 3, pass 3 of 3. And although specifically you really only need to rewrite information on top of other information once for it to be incredibly difficult, if not impossible, to recover, Shred does it 3 times by default, just to make sure that the information on that device is completely unrecoverable. So that is basically the demonstration. You might want to then just make sure that you're exited from super user mode just by typing exit there, and then as you can see my cursor goes back to the usual user cursor. You want to be very careful when entering super user mode, and you only ever want to be in super user mode, or root as it's often called, when you're doing something very important that requires special privileges. But it's certainly something that you don't want to use on a day-to-day kind of basis unless you're a system administrator. So that's about it from me today. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. There are a few other ways that you can use this program, a few other commands you can use. You can adjust the number of times that information gets overwritten. In fact, what you can do is you can type shred --help, and it gives you all the additional commands and information that is required for other options to be explored with the shred program. So for example, you can just type in -- iterations equals and then a number to change how many times, how many overwrites that you do. So that's about it from me today. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any other requests for these kinds of tutorials, please let me know down in the comments section below. And until next time, I've been Chris Ware, and you've been awesome. Take care now.